Hello, this is a video for anyone with plantar fasciitis with some stretches and self-massage techniques for the feet and the calves. So it's also good if you've got particularly tight calves. A lot of these strategies will help you as well. I'm going to start, because I'm sitting down, I'm going to start with the seated moves, and then I'll stand up and do a few more bits and bobs as well. First of all, I'm going to turn around and show you a stretch for the plantar fascia and the calves using an exercise band. If you haven't got an exercise band, you can do this with a towel or a scarf or a dog lead, something like that. It's good to use something that's got a little bit of give if possible. So if you take the foot, the one that hurts, or you can do it on both, and so put both legs out in front of you to start with. Put the band around the ball of the affected foot. Get that nice and ready, and make sure it's quite long so you're not stretching too far forwards. You don't want to be damaging other parts of your body. Basically what you're doing is you're flexing your foot with some resistance. So you point your toes away from you and then use the band, draw them back. So what we want to be doing here is passively moving the foot. So if you just keep this foot relaxed after you've just loosened up a little bit by pointing it and bringing it back towards you, just keep that loosened off and use the band to pull your toes towards you and loosen it off and do the same again. You should really feel a nice stretch in your calves as you do this. So hold that for about 10 seconds. Keep your breathing nice and relaxed and let that go again. You can do that for a couple of minutes, however long it feels good to you. Another thing you can do whilst lying down, well, sitting down on the floor, take a foam roller. So foam rollers are great. This is a trigger point one. You can get more flat ones as well. And you can really use this to get into your calf muscles and release the knots in there. There are a couple of ways you can do this. So if you're working on your right leg, you can bend your left leg up. You do need to use your hands to bring the hips off the floor to create the pressure downwards on there, and then just roll yourself backwards and forwards. Another way to do it increases the pressure a little bit and can be a little bit more difficult on your core, is to put your left foot on top of your right ankle, cross those, and do the same thing. You can turn, so make sure you get into all the different angles, so get the outside of the calf, turn left, get into the inside of the calf as well. And you'll feel it in some parts more than others. Those are the ones to focus on. It can be a bit painful, and as I say, a little bit awkward, but worth persevering with. It's a great alternative to sports massage when you can't have sports massage. So then, moving upwards, I am going to show you, you might not be able to see my face anymore, but that's not too important. I'm going to show you a good stretch. If you've got a wall in front of you, great. If not, it's not the end of the world. So you want to have your feet one foot in front of the other. Bend the front leg, it's the back leg that you're stretching. Keep the heel on the floor, both feet facing forwards, and bend that knee. If you've got a wall, great, you can push into the wall, but you should be feeling this calf stretching. So that's a really nice one. Another thing you can do here, so you can take a spiky ball, or any kind of ball will work. Put that under your foot and just work through the fascia. So this is great for plantar fasciitis in particular. Most of the other exercises are about your calves. So go wherever, all over, wherever the pain is, and everywhere else as well. You can go round in circles, you can go backwards and forwards, slowly works well from side to side. And you can start quite lightly, just feeling that breaking down. You can build it up so you're really putting more and more pressure on, but it won't feel very comfortable, especially to start with. So that's a really nice one with a ball. You can also use a frozen water bottle, which can feel particularly nice as well. This might not be very easy to show because I haven't got a step, but a great exercise to stretch your soleus muscles in your calves is with a step. So what I'm going to do is use this cushion as a pretend step, and so use your stairs is the best example. And you can do this with both feet or one. I'm going to show you with both on my pretend step. Basically, again, if you've got something to hold on to, great, a banister or the wall or whatever, but you want to be going, so if you're pushing up, that's using your calves. What you want to do is be pushing down, so it's hard to show on this cushion, but your heels want to go below the level of the step. So you can do it with one foot. It can take a bit of balance. Do it on the bottom step, don't do it higher up, you don't want to be falling down the stairs. That's a really nice stretch for the soleus muscle. One last thing that I was going to suggest, sitting down again. This is better on a chair than sitting on the ground, but just for the purposes of the video, I'm going to try and demonstrate it here. So imagine this leg is like this, so you're sitting on a chair and the foot's on the floor. You cross over the other foot so you can get to the sole. So again, this is one really good for plantar fasciitis and get into the foot. Quite nice for just relaxing your feet generally. So what you're doing is giving yourself a massage. You could use some lotion, like peppermint's really good for feet, but anything you've got just to create a bit of kind of give, so you can massage in there. You can start kind of just do some nice long strokes along the foot. Feel that plantar fascia, that thick layer of connective tissue that can get lots of problems in it. So just feel that stretching out underneath your thumbs. Put your palms on top and your thumbs underneath, and just stretch along that. So stretch up towards the toes and then outwards, and then you can stretch outwards from the middle all the way down and up your foot, from the heel right up to the toes. This just feels quite nice. So up, you can, if you find a particularly tender spot, go around in some nice circles with your thumb. It could be quite painful if you do have problems, but just really work into there and release the pressure. So hopefully those are a few things to help with plantar fasciitis, and also with tight calves, which can be associated with that. Let me know what you think. Have a great day. Bye.